thing in Walrus is I'm exploring a change to armor. So at the moment, the way armor works is you can make it just if you have armor on a model, it reduces the amount of damage you take by the number of points that the armor gives you in defense. So light armor gives you 1, medium armor gives you 2, and heavy armor gives you 3 points of defense. But I was thinking, what would actually make it match more what's already happening if you are unarmored is you get a chance to roll your speed die, and if you meet or beat the incoming damage, you can reduce the damage by 1. That's great. So how could we make armor play more like that? Well, we introduced the concept of a save. So you get your armor save, which is a classic thing in skirmish games, and your armor, now that number of 1, 2, or 3, we just make that a quality. So that quality of 1 on the light armor means you roll a d4, not your speed die, and you reduce the amount of incoming damage by whatever you rolled on that d4. And then the thing that automatically makes armor better than just rolling the speed die is that you're guaranteed you're going to reduce whatever is coming in by 1 point. So you're not going to be worried about, just 1 point of damage coming at you because you have armor. And in fact, if someone just chip damages you and only deals 1 point of armor, you don't even have to roll. You're going to absorb it. So again, there's that now I'm going to have to go balance how damage works. This is when you turn one lever in a game, you have to see how it interacts with all the other levers. But I'm going to play around with having a armor save being whatever either your speed, if you have no armor, or your armor qualities. So quality 1, quality 2, quality 3. I'm going to cap it at 3 for now because I feel like a D8 can give you on average 4, reduction of 4. So heavy armor blocks most things in the game right now. What this does mean is I might be able to tune up the amount of damage on most weapons. And so we might be able to see things being a little bit more swingy on the amount of damage you put in and on the amount of damage you reduce. So we're going to play around with having that reduction option, right? So again, the change to armor is going to have qualities instead of just a flat number where it's reducing it. So instead of just reducing the incoming damage by a flat number, it is reducing it by a die roll. And that die roll is going to be whatever the quality of the armor is, in the same way that when a model has a stat that has a quality, that reflects to a die. So speed 1 is a d4, armor 1 is a d4. And we'll try that for a bit and we'll see. The reason why I'm doing that is that I want to give the person whose turn it isn't a way to interact with what's going on the board. So you're not just sitting there and waiting for your turn. And even though it's a skirmish game of I move a piece, you move a piece, there could still be a little bit of time, I'm noticing, in between, activations and passing priority back and forth. So I want to make sure that the other player gets to stay engaged. I don't want them to stay as engaged as the game of Infinity, where it feels like you're just it's always your turn, which is amazing for that style of play. But in this, I want it to be a little slower. I want people to be able to take a step back, and yet I still want them involved in what's going on. So I want them to be able to be excited about having something they can do, right? So it's they get excited, oh, I put armor on my model. I am excited that means now I get to make an armor save. This also was reflected, so a parallel game that exists is Necromunda, where if you have no armor, you don't get a check or a save, you just take damage. But if you have armor, you get to do some kind of a save to try and mitigate the damage. Very common in skirmish games. So that's the other rule.